Hi, today I'm going to bring you a case study, a real case of somebody with a fart fetish. First, I would like to thank follower K for volunteering to share his experiences with fart fetishism, which is also known as a proctophile, which could be a subset of olfactophilia, which is being sexually aroused by smells. I have made some videos about fart fetish and I'm leaving the links below. So if you're curious, you can go ahead and watch them. If you are new to my channel, welcome. I am Dr. Tanji, the sex doctor, board certified clinical sexologist, and your most trusted, honest, and fun sexpert on this platform. If you are new, please subscribe and hit that notifications button so you can be part of this growing worldwide community in which we celebrate all things sexual health and human sexuality without judgment, guilt, or shame. So follower K sent me an email after a fart fetish video that I posted on my YouTube channel. And he wanted to be open and accessible for me to ask him questions about his fetish. And I took advantage of the opportunity to learn more about this fetish, which is not talked about a whole lot. I have never really had anybody come to me before and tell me openly, I have a fart fetish. So follower K, thank you for your courage and thank you for celebrating your fart fetish. Thank you for volunteering your time to talk to me about your fetish so we can all learn from it. If you have a fart fetish, just know that you're not alone. Proctophiles live among us, although they may be very quiet about it, but secretly they may be enjoying or wanting to partake in this very innocent fetish, which is enjoying when others have flatulence in different many degrees and being sexually aroused and stimulated by it. So I asked Kay some questions. I'm going to be reading them from my screen here, and he answered them beautifully. And this is by email, so he took the time to do this. Again, thank you, Kay. And the questions were, how do you feel about your fetish? Have you ever encountered any rejection or negative reactions when you have asked partners to partake on this fetish? And how did you come to accept and embrace your sexual fetish? Very neat questions. Before we continue, though, I have to say that I found a podcast for fart fetishism. So if you also have a curiosity to know or connect to others who share the same interest as you in this department, I am leaving the link below. I do not know them. I haven't really heard anything about this podcast up until now. I haven't really tuned in. But if you're curious, now you know that there's a community of you out there who is listening and who are coming together to normalize or at least live this without any shame. So these are K answers to my questions. For me, this fetish came about as long as I can remember. Ever since I was little, I remember enjoying it for some reason when an attractive woman would pass gas, whether it was on TV or in real life. That being said, I remember when I was certain I liked it. A friend and I used to hang out and always play together. Her and I would often play on the trampoline and wrestle. However, I remember one day she pinned me and sat on my face before farting on my nose and making me smell it. After that, I was hooked and was certain I enjoyed women's flatulence. Anytime after that, she would find any way she could to make me smell her farts, like trapping me in a blanket or in a closet. As far as living it, I enjoy having partners fart on my face and smelling their butts while they fart onto my nose. I enjoy them farting in my mouth when I eat ass, and I enjoy them farting on my penis as well during lap dances or anal sex. In terms of negotiating with partners, I am simply upfront and honest when the topic of kinks and fetishes comes up. Generally speaking, most women have been open to it and actually really enjoy the feeling of power and confidence they get from making me smell their farts, as well as not worrying about having to hold it in to avoid embarrassment. When a woman farts in my face, I am incredibly turned on. I love everything about it. It truly is my biggest turn on. In terms of what about the fetish turns me on, I say it's the whole thing really. I find it romantic emotionally when a woman is comfortable enough around me to fart without shame, especially when she's okay with doing it on me. So I would say the intimacy of being comfortable around me is definitely an aspect of it. That being said, I do enjoy the sound as well. The louder, bubblier, and grosser, wetter it sounds, the more erotic I find it. The same goes for the smell. The stinkier it is, the more it turns me on. Personally, I thoroughly enjoy the farts that smell like rotten eggs. And of course, I enjoy the warmth of the air and the vibration as well when a woman lets it out on my lap. I think my fetish as a whole does tie into my love of women's butts in general, though, and I view this fetish almost as an extension of that. Overall, I would say I feel quite content with my fetish. I used to be ashamed and embarrassed, but nowadays I accept it and I'm quite happy with it. I view it as something sexy, funny, and something that can spice up the bedroom. My really close friends even know about it and they jokingly make fun of it, but in a way that's funny and totally okay with me and is never mean. We have a lot of laughs together about it. I have faced rejections before, but I would say most of the time people are accepting of it, at the very least, non judgmental. Those who have been rude, I just simply walk away from and stop speaking to. But in my experience, once I get to know a woman and we have good connection, they are cool with it and are often happy to explore and indulge. In terms of how I accepted it, I guess I just realized that I am not alone and many people are into it as well. And that as long as both people are consenting and enjoying it, nobody should be ashamed. As long as the farter and the sniffer are happy doing it together, that's all it matters, and what anybody else thinks is irrelevant. Plus, it's a fetish that is safe, you can't get sick from, and overall is quite easy to fulfill. I really want to congratulate Kay on embracing this fetish, making the most of it, and celebrating it instead of being ashamed of it. It seems like he found a great way to navigate this landscape, and he has taken this to just celebrate it and embrace it and accept it and share it with others. And he understands that if others don't want to partake on this fetish, it's their right. And if they think ill of it, it's not his problem. He can just move on and find the next partner that would actually accept and agree and consent to participate on this fetish for him. So if you are one of those proctophiles out there, just hear the story, celebrate, embrace who you are, and know that there is nothing wrong with you. Just find people who will participate in this with you, find people who will celebrate this with you, and just know that if fart fetish is your source of joy, it is virtually endless. This is Dr. Tanji, the Sex Doctor, and I'll see you next time.